All right, this is
I
Randalicious, and welcome to the 45th Hexis podcast. Let's get it going. I'm Randalicious, and I'm the leader of Hexis.
I'm Aubrey, Bronze Star.
I'm I'm Abra. I'm hunting.
What's up? I'm Brungus, post max, burnout.
Spacealt, best skiller in Hexis.
Hey, I'm Rock the Red, 2 Banana, and King of RNG over the past 24 hours.
All right, so let's get it going. First thing we got here is the Winter Tot poll. I don't know if I pronounced that correct or not, but the fire making skilling boss that's coming out, and well, in that, the first thing we got is the Pyromancer outfit, and that thing saves you about 10 hours and 30 mil GP, up to 200 mil fire making. What do you think about this outfit and skilling outfits in general? Do you think that they should keep adding in more outfits?
I think that outfits for some skills are fine, like gathering skills I kind of like, but for fire making, no, it just seems pointless. It's already a fast skill. And in general, I wouldn't want an outfit for every skill. I think the only one that I would have wanted is rogue outfit for thieving, and instead they just made it the double loot thing, which I guess is alright. But yeah, I don't really like the Pyromancer outfit that much.
Yeah, I think skilling outfits are alright. It's only like 2.5%, and like it gives mini games a reason to play them, so it's alright.
I like them. I just think that like if they're gonna release them, they should just do them like as soon as possible because it's like unfair for people who don't get them when they do the skill, you know. So I think that it's kind of an unpopular opinion, I think, but I think they should just release all the ones that they plan to, like just pull them all, like pull like five like right now and just get them out there as soon as possible.
I'm kind of in the same boats as Aubrey. Like pretty much just gathering, or especially only ones that are warranted are, I would say, slower skills. Yeah, it's kind of silly to go with fire making because it's already so fast, and I think they were initially kind of not wanting to do something with the thieving outfit for XP because it's already so fast. So it seems really weird, and yeah, I just think it's a really bad precedent to have an outfit for this because it might go in the direction that R3 went, where they basically have an outfit for very like so many skills. Although I think they're from Treasure Hunter or whatever, but yeah, I just don't like that.
Literally the end of what Abra said. It's going to turn into, like an outfit for every skill. And in this case, it's going to take, like, fire making so fast it doesn't even warrant the time taken to get it. And if you save 30 mil, whatever, but I feel like it's just filler content that they need to justify another update coming out on Zaya.
Well, I mean, they came out with the farming outfit, and farming is more than twice the speed of fire making. I feel like they really did miss on that farming thing. They should have come out with some other reward for it, like unlock a redwood patch or something like that. I think they should have did that back whenever they came out with that shit. But
I feel like if they have updates for skills to come, like say they create like a cooking update. I don't know. They're going to come out with a cooking outfit. They don't have any good ideas for it. They're just going to come up with some outfit and have that be the end of it. You know what I mean?
I really
I
don't.
think if anything, the farming one is a little bit more warranted because I think it's pretty much only the more so the top end, like efficient whatever players that only do trees. I feel like the casual player would be doing all their herbs, so it actually has a bigger impact.
I feel like adding in a bunch of outfits is fine. There's, as Aubrey was talking about with the rogue outfit, we'll be talking about that later on, but I think that for that outfit, they really should have made that thing give 2.5% thieving bonus instead of the double pickpocket loot. But I mean, overall, I'm okay with there being these outfits. I'm surprised that they haven't taken advantage of the hunter outfits that are currently in the game right now, like the Kayet, the La Rupia, and all that other shit, to where that becomes or maybe not even make that
True.
2.5%, but like that thing was supposed to give you a better chance at catching things. I'm surprised that that hasn't been changed. I mean,
Well, it's
for
because if that was actually a system, then it would probably make it about the same as it is now without the outfit, if you have the outfit, because that mechanic of being the traps just plain out doesn't work.
well, I mean, if it gave you a higher percentage chance at catching it, like
Okay, well,
you have an 89% chance at catching a chin at 99 and a 90% chance at catching it at level 100. You know, if it maybe added 2 invisible levels or something like that, or if it just gave 2.5% more XP with a full set, I think I'm surprised that they haven't done something like that. I'm totally fine with all these outfits though that they add in. And yeah, there is a lot of possibility for them to add more in the future.
I wouldn't really too much about extra XP because being able to hunt, get more chins gets me more profit. So, whatever.
Thing about those outfits, like the rupee and stuff, is that they're like 5k, so they'd be like stupidly easy to get. It's
Right,
weird,
right,
like it's
yeah.
kind of awkward that
They're
they don't do
buyable.
what they're supposed to do,
All
but
of the other ones take time to get. These are buyable.
yeah, I think it'd be better if they didn't work, honestly, because they're so easy to get. There's
Yeah,
like no
that
time
is a good
investment or
point.
anything.
Is there any outfits that you guys would want to see come?
Just rogue for me as thieving ghost.
Hunter.
It would make sense for there to be a hunter outfit, and, like up the gathering skills.
Yeah. All right, so next thing we got up is Blast Furnace NPCs. It's an update that's coming here. I'll put the details of it in the Twitch chat here. So pretty much, this is an update coming out to where the NPC they're going to be adding dwarfs to Blast Furnace, and well, those dwarfs will run Blast Furnace at near maximum efficiency. What do you think about this update, and do you think it sets a precedent for future updates at all?
It's too overpowered. That's about it.
You see, we were supposed to have Ginge on the podcast. He told me yesterday he'd be able to, so I purposely stuck him first for this, but, um, you know, things change.
You
But
Yeah, it
should.
would have been nice to hear from him
Ginge
on.
has a 20-minute video on why
Yeah.
this is
Oh
bad.
God.
If you guys haven't seen that, it is a beautiful video of
Yeah,
Ginge
it's a
just
good video.
ranting. Yo,
I
yeah.
haven't seen that. I'll check it out later.
It is, man, it's a beautiful video talking about what's wrong with it and everything like that. And the interesting thing about this, Rock and I were DMing each other quite a bit about this exact topic. You know, I was like, hey man, what do you think about having some NPCs running Blast Furnace? And you'd have to pay those workers. And his exact words were some. Actually, let me fucking pull it up. Talk while I pull it up. Who's next?
Rock.
Take it away.
Oh, all right. My basic, I guess, argument is that it's going to contribute to inflation in the game. Because I mean, rune ore goes into the blast furnace and it comes out and ends up getting sold to the shop. And shop is already a big enough problem as it is. And long story short, if blast furnace is put at max efficiency, like all day instead of like only shifts it is right now, it's only going to contribute to inflation, and it's just going to be worse for the economy. So, elitist cut opinion. There you go.
All right,
What
so
exactly is the point of this?
I'm gonna butt back in right here. So here is what Rock had to say about adding in Blast Furnace here. He said he personally thinks that would defeat the point of the team-based minigame that it was intended to be, and he really didn't like it. He wasn't a supporter of that, and you can see there that was July 15th, and it was 3 weeks after that case that that exact thing was pulled. So I find that very strange. You know, this is extremely, extremely overpowered. I'm gonna be happy when it comes out because I'm gonna do it. I was going to do Blast Furnace one way or the other, but I'm very, you know, this is so fucking overpowered. will make smithing the most devalued skill since the beginning of since the game came out. And I mean,
Remember
it's
when smithing was 100k an hour?
oh man, yeah. This is
Those are the
gonna
days, weren't they?
this is gonna be way over 350k an hour, and grindable. So
Well, you
I
would
don't.
still do rune items, right? Instead of super eating,
Uh,
even at the start. Like,
The people who are going to do whatever they were going to do are still going to do that.
Yeah, I guess
It's not
after
going to change
9,
anything
yeah.
in terms of that. Like, I'm still not going to do it.
oh, I wasn't doing blast furnace, and now I probably will, or not do smithing.
this is a
So,
significant fucking change to smithing.
I think I'm still gonna do rune items like a plug.
Same, yeah. Because gold is so expensive DP per XP.
I'm surprised gold hasn't
And it's
gone
gonna
up
get a
even
lot
more.
worse.
Like, if gold was at like 800 each, that would be a fair price. It isn't even 600. It's yeah, Ginge had a 20-minute video talking about this. He would have really had a whole lot to contribute to it, but
What
the
exactly is the point though
the
of it? Is it to for bots or is it to like get rid of the CCs that like
It's
control
to
it?
get rid of people that were griefing.
yeah,
Oh, the griefers. Okay.
and it's supposed to be a gold sink. Hey, you know, you can't get
Not
ragged.
very
It's a gold
much, but
sink.
whatever.
It is
A
the
gold sink, right?
it's
Yeah.
the like it is. It's gonna be so fucking huge for inflation.
Yeah, compared to all the bars that are going to be made that will add more gold.
They really don't understand how. I wonder what the QA testing for this is gonna be. Be interesting. All right. Next is the Infinite Camulet. So the question was posed: should it be possible to purchase an Infinite Camulet from Lazim for 1 million coins? So what do you think about that? And are there any other charge-based teleports you would like to pay for to have?
I mean, I'll probably get it just because, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal because it doesn't take that long to get all the dung to recharge it. So,
Um,
I'll
it,
chime back in if I think of anything else I would like.
it definitely devalues my toon real mining by like 10 minutes, so I'm not super happy about it. I think that everybody should have to go through the camel poop collection process.
I like an infinite dueling ring. Ring of eternal dueling.
You have
we
one. It's called a
basically have
crafting
that.
cape.
No, I mean, like with the new jewelry boxes, I think you'll be able to do that.
Kinda, I guess. Yeah.
You know, one thing that I would like to see, you know, the lyre for like Fremnik.
Oh,
It would be nice if we could have that. You know, like an everlasting lyre or some shit like that.
an
called.
eternal liar.
Yeah,
That'd be
that
cool.
for Slayer, that'd be real nice. I like the idea of an update like this. You know, they can add as many gold sinks as they want. It's not gonna have any impact whatsoever. But I do like the convenience of this, and I would definitely pay if I did 200 mil mining. I'd pay a mil for this fucker. But there's a lot of possibilities of what else that they could add in here.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I read the dev log and I was like, oh, all right, I guess I'll go pay for it. Not a big deal. As far as future goes, I don't even know. I mean, they probably got this idea from the Glory update, but there's nothing like infinite that I'm really itching for at this point, if you know what I mean.
All right. So next is the Pyramid Plunder fourth door. So this update here, hold on, let me pull it up just a second here. So it's read that the Pyramid Plunder room contains 4 doors, one of which allows you to progress to the next room. The door is random, and which one takes you through changes occasionally. Should the final door you check always allow you to progress even if it is changed? So first, Pyramid Plunder has 5 doors. The 5th door is for you to leave the place. But this is pretty much, you know, if you guys have done any extensive thieving, we've all been there. You're checking doors. Someone starts a game. The doors change. and you're shit out of luck and gotta recheck the doors. What do you think about this update?
I don't really have any problem with it. I mean, I haven't done 200 mil thieving, so I can't like complain that it's devalued my thieving or whatever. But it is kind of really annoying when that happens. So it would be nice that it won't happen anymore.
Yeah, I'm in the same exact boat. I only did it 1099. I haven't done anything post, so I might have a different opinion if I actually did do it to 200 mil already, like if it's devaluing or whatever. But I think it's a really good idea because it's not easy escape per se. It's kind of just getting rid of unnecessary annoyances. You've already searched them all, so why should you have to randomly search every single other one again?
Yeah. Initially, I was like, "What the hell?" And like, who is asking for this? Because probably somebody on Reddit. But I don't mind it. I suppose I don't really think it's going to devalue that much. I mean, if you were really being griefed, all you got to do is hop worlds. But then again, that applies to just about everything in the game. I don't really have a problem with it, but it's definitely one of those where you're just like, why?
Well, for me, I've done a whole. I do a 200 mil thieving. The majority of it did come at Dorg chests, but I think that this is a really nice update to be added. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've had my doors switch on me. This is a nice quality of life update, and they need to keep doing more updates like this.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. I think it falls under quality of life, and it's just a good idea.
I think if anything, I'm more likely to do Pyramid Plunder on my journey to 200 mil instead of just doing Foot Knights the entire way.
Alright, so we were talking about the rogue armor earlier on, but so update to the rogue armor is it's going to be giving you double loot while pickpocketing. What do you think about that as an update to it?
Not really necessary, but I mean, it's good that the set will have a use. But I mean, I'll still use obviously because I have it. I don't know. It's just gonna bring in. It's kind of weird. This is gonna bring in more gold, but they want more gold sinks. So I don't know. It's really weird.
Another one of those that I'm just like, whatever. I mean, it will bring more GP into the game, but maybe make knights a little more viable for lower levels. But other than that, I just don't really care, I guess.
I don't like this update because it changes thieving a lot. It's especially a big change for Iron Men. Not only like assuming that it means double loot means double like all different loot and not just coins.
Yeah.
Even if it is just coins, it still has a fairly big effect, but it has a much bigger effect if it's also like master farmers and stuff because
It would be.
double seeds is huge for Iron Men. I wish they just made it a 2.5% outfit. I don't know why they didn't. I have wanted that for like a really long time for the rogue armor to have some use, but just going to bring a lot more GP into the game and change things around a lot, whereas 2.5% isn't really a massive change.
To add on to that master farmers there, someone that I was talking to yesterday said that if that double loot does come out, you'll be able to get like over 40 Raynar seeds per hour.
No, 20.
Not,
I think
you
it's the other way around.
you get 20 now.
No. You
I
get 10
think
now,
that's-
you get 20 after the outfit.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds much more
Lelo
likely.
Ledador made a video on it, and he changed it in the description.
Well, I guess that
Corrected his
person.
mistake.
I guess that person didn't know what they were talking about then.
Regardless, it's really good for that.
That also means that it'll be 700k an hour profit just off of the Renar seeds doing master
Yeah,
farmers,
yeah,
which
not
is
even
a
including
lot
everything
for how
else.
AFK they are.
I don't think bots are gonna get the outfit though.
I don't know. It would be hard
They
to
might.
bot the
They might. I mean, if you think of
minigame.
you think a Green Dragon bot might do like Dragon Slayer or something like that, or just spend time getting their account to where it needs to be. What's to stop them from spending like 2.5 hours to get that outfit?
Yeah, I guess.
If it's going to bring in that much money, I think they definitely
Right.
would spend the time.
And the time to get the stats required, that is.
Yeah.
Originally, I thought this was like a super casual kind of thing. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, it's not going to affect anything. Like, I don't know, Iron Man could get more seeds and shit like that. That's kind of cool. But I had no idea about the Raynor thing, so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what kind of impact this has on the price of seeds. Can you get magic seeds from Master Farmers?
No,
No.
only herb seeds
Uh,
and all the other ones no one cares about.
I wonder what kind of impact this will have on Herblore then.
Might make AirPods cheaper,
Oh yeah, it should
hopefully.
absolutely.
Please.
Hey, speaking about that, when we were talking about Blast Furnace, that's gonna make cannonballs quite a bit cheaper, or
Ooh,
at least
that's
it
nice.
should. Maybe, I don't
Thank
know.
God.
Like people would be bringing in steel bars at a quicker rate. Although I don't know how many people are gonna actually do that. But, all right. Next question we got is, what do you think can be done to improve the official RuneScape forums? Because they did recently adding in Imgur links. Do you think there's anything else that they should do?
I think if they stopped looking at Reddit and Twitter for like sources of information or ideas for the game and moved over to forums, then that would be definitely better for it. But at the same time, I don't know how viable that is. Because back in the day, people used forums all the time, and they probably still do, but that's really only for RS3, at least as far as I'm aware. I know they post dev blogs on there, but people will only open the dev blog and then just close them when they're done. So I don't know. Like, I feel like they should make some sort of effort to promote the forums more, because that's definitely something they don't do right now. But I don't know if that would have like a long-term impact on anything. People would actually start using them.
I don't really think they need to be too concerned about the forums. I know we talked on other podcasts about the potential of high-level forums. I think that the way it is now, being centered around social media, whether that be Twitter or Reddit, I think is a lot better than the forums. Um, the forums are dead. I don't really think you can really revive them in any way.
I think it would be kind of cool to have high-level forums. I don't know how well they would work, but being able to put images in the forums, I guess, is cool. But just the forums are outdated in terms of how people communicate on the internet. Like, forums are just like past their prime in general. Um, if they added some kind of like voting system, it might be more popular, but then it'd pretty much just be Reddit. So I don't know.
Well, the thing with
I,
that is that, sorry to cut you off, but they moved away from the website and went in game, so even that took away from any chance they had of promoting the website in general, as far as like forums go.
yeah, the only thing I'd really want out of forums is maybe high-level forums, but other forms of whatever you want to call it just seem to work better.
Yeah, there's no real point to the forums anymore since we have so many other platforms, and like, I just agree with everything you just said on.
Yeah, platforms is the word I was trying to think of.
I sometimes use the marketplace, and I would like a search option there, so to search items. It would be nice.
You mean Control F?
Nope.
There is a search thing on the RuneScape forums.
Yeah, but this is different.
Looking at the forums, Hexis was invited to some Republic Alliance. It's like a clan. Um, and in it, they have 7 rules. So hold on. Let's take a look at these rules here real quick. All right, the Republic Alliance, 7 rules. First rule is we must uphold all Jagex rules. We must respect each other. We must respect each other all the same. We don't meet that criteria.
I was gonna say that counts us out right away.
Number 2, there's be no flaming between clans. We don't meet that criteria. Number 3, spamming the forums or any other offsite. Have you guys seen our shop box? We got aliens in there every single fucking day. Number 4 is the utmost respect between all clans and their members. We break that rule on a daily basis. Number 6, clans are supposed to reach or look out for each other and help each other. Not at all. Not for us.
It's all
Randy,
banter.
you're making us look like shit, man. What are you
It's all banter.
And number 7 is disruption of clan recruitments or events in any way in game in the forums is not tolerated. Ginge and
should
I were
reply just
laughing.
been like, sorry, we don't meet any of these criteria right now. We'll get
Yeah,
back to you
yeah.
later, Dave.
I commented on it and I said, "Hi, sorry, we break your every single rule of yours on a daily basis. Thank you for the consideration." But like there's a lot of people that put a lot of effort. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people that put a lot of fucking effort into the forums, and like it's unfortunate that the forums aren't better and more used than what they are. I guess is really what I was trying to get at with that. But all right, let's move on to the next section here. We're gonna be talking about the raid rewards dev blog number 3. So with that, they have a beta to where people are testing out the Elder Maul and Wand. What do you think about them having another beta? They did with Last Man Standing. Do you think betas are the right thing for them to keep doing? What did you think about it?
I love the idea of having more betas. We definitely need more, but more for like actual bigger content like LMS was something that you had to actually test. This you don't have to test. You could just plug in different numbers. There's nothing you're going to learn from this. It's pointless.
Yeah, I agree. And not to mention, everybody's in there in like Bandos and DFS, so you're really not going to learn what the weapon's like actually meant to be. I logged in once and like I don't plan on going back.
Tournament, like it's just like any other tournament, and the weapons, I mean, they're alright. Or, oh yeah, they're kind of stupid, but yeah.
I just don't really get the point since we kind of have like calculators for all that shit. Like we know like we can find out what's balanced based on like
Exactly.
DPS
Yeah.
calculators and shit.
Yeah. Somebody posted that on Twitter. That, like literally, we don't need a beta for it. We have a max hit calculator. Was that you, Randy?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But I mean, I guess it's an excuse to go play Tourney Worlds for like 5 minutes again.
And also, like, those boss simulators, they were stupid, and like there was no way to test the wand really because there's nothing to like autocast. Like,
Oh, I didn't even go into
multicast.
that thing.
Yeah. I can understand it being used in PvP. That to me is totally fine. That makes sense. But if anyone did the actual beta testing with the monsters, that was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Just the gear and inventory setup that they gave you and just how they made you fight them in Nightmare. I thought that was done terrible. And yeah, I mean, we have a DPS calculator. We know what the fuck it's gonna do. But just I understand it being used for PvP. So aside from that, it didn't really make any sense. But I hope that they continue to use these betas in the future, because I know they did say they plan on using the Elder armor in a beta. Spacealt's AFK, but I do like that they're putting some of this shit into the beta. Right.
Yeah, I haven't played the beta at all, but I don't really have any opposition to it, I guess. I like that they're not doing a beta for the boss mechanics, just so they can still preserve some element of, like, figuring them out and all that kind of stuff.
Are you talking about just raids in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not doing a beta for fighting the raids bosses.
I don't know if we're talking about that later in the podcast, but there's absolutely no reason to do that because they're going to spoil the entire thing.
Yeah.
Some things you can't do a beta for, and that is exactly one of them.
Yeah. I wonder, though, how are they going to test 100-man raids with 2 QA testers?
They're going to screw it up somehow. I know it.
3.
I think they said they had a way to do that, and also they have lots of mods in the office they can bring in for a little bit.
Yeah, they're probably gonna
said
have
they
people
got,
from the
like,
whole
entire
Jagex team doing it.
They're going to have
Yeah.
raids day in Cambridge.
Alright, so the Elder Wand was nerfed. We didn't talk about this on the last podcast because that motherfucker was so overpowered. I didn't want us talking about how overpowered it was. Because that shit was... stupid overpowered. Like, even at the 5% damage increase it has right now, there's no point for that even being in there. It'd still be the best thing to use for Slayer. But the Elder Wand was nerfed. I believe they removed the attack bonuses of it, like the slash, crush, stab, and they decreased the magic damage bonus from 15% to 5%. So what do you think about them nerfing it?
I think it's good. Well, sort of. I mean, if they kept the stats that it had, it would have turned into another Staff of the Dead, which is viable for strength training. And I think that's what they were trying to avoid. But I think it's also good that they decreased the magic damage bonus was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you don't want to have it too high. So I mean I think it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Oh, that's a big fucking deal.
Well, I mean, okay, I don't think it's a bad change. I guess that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I support the change because they reduced the damage percentage bonus, right?
Yeah, from 15% to 5%.
Yeah, so that means that in terms of PvP, Toxic Staff of the Dead will still be best in slot, right?
Yep.
And the wand will be good for like Slayer.
Yep.
So it makes it so that Staff of the Dead is still relevant, which is good because beforehand it pretty much wouldn't have been at all. So I think it's a good change.
Correct.
If you make everything best in slot, then it's just going to crash everything below it, and that's not what we want right now.
Yeah.
Or ever, really.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is like learn from their mistakes and not make items that like are the best for everything. And
Well, you got the
ruin
fucking Elder
other
Armor.
items.
What do you mean?
It's going to be costly though, isn't it, to use?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but
It better be.
So yeah,
I'm
probably
sorry. Go on.
not making this be the best item ever. So you'll be able to use the wand for some things and the staff for some things. So it doesn't ruin the staff and make it worthless, which is good.
I mean, from a Spacealt. From a balancing perspective, it makes a lot of sense. I'm just really disappointed that it's not as overpowered as what it once was. They need to make the Elder Wand OP again. Get it going, boys. Hashtag make the Elder Wand OP again. Alright, Spacealt. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Randy can't wait to start. Something
Yeah, the nerf was pretty good.
Is that like a blanket Spacealt?
Like my bed sheet, I guess.
Is it cold in your room or something?
No, I always
I'm
have
not
a bed
even.
sheet.
I'm not even watching Skype. You look really comfortable right now.
Just chilling, man.
I hope he
Mhm.
falls asleep.
Amazing.
I'm not falling asleep. I'm not even like sleepy, so
Alright, let's move on. In the devlog, they removed the dragon plate body. It seems that they didn't want to release it as an unofficial cosmetic item. Do you agree with this decision? And how do you think they should release it in the future? Do you think that when they do release it, it should be an item that's actually worth a damn?
Wait, Randy. Before we go on with this question, can we include the dragon sword in it because they're kind of related, I suppose,
Alright,
into this question?
yeah.
They didn't remove it though, so
Because I'll talk about both.
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
anyway.
Talk about the dragon sword
Go
as
ahead.
well. Take it away.
I think it's a good idea they took it out because I think no one's gonna use it anyway. Like it's not unless it has some sort of effect or like I mean it has no strength bonus, so no one's gonna use it. So I think it should just be like a quest sort of thing. It's my opinion on it. They should release it from quests.
Spacealt.
but
Yeah.
yeah, dragon plate body. I don't know, should come from a quest or some other thing, but not from raids. Just doesn't fit right.
I was totally fine with them removing it. I know that we said before, like, it was pretty pointless and just adding it for the sake of adding it. I didn't really think it made much sense. So I'm glad that they are removing it. I don't think that the dragon plate body, when it does come out, should be anything fantastic. You know, it shouldn't have some kind of special effect on it. Like, no other dragon armor has anything like that. It would be weird for it to be that different from everything else. So, I mean, they can't really release it and have it worth anything. That's just the way the game is. Like, I don't really care how they release it in the future because really, like, it will be an unofficial cosmetic item for the most part.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they removed it personally. I don't know, I didn't like the idea of it. I don't think there's really a need for a dragon plate body, and I can't see it ever really holding much value because dragon chain body only has any value because it's like a classic, like super classic fashionscape type item, and people just think it looks cool because it does. And I feel like the dragon plate body wouldn't have the same kind of charm, and that's really the only thing that would have made it valuable, unless they tried to give it some kind of actual benefit. But it's tier 60 gear, like it shouldn't be that good.
I really don't care much for the Dragonplate Bounty in general, but I guess if anything, it'd be nice for it to come from a quest because that's how, one, it originally was, and two, it's, like how the Runeplate Body is, that requires a quest, and, it's something higher wouldn't have a quest, that'd be kind of weird. Just skip a tier. Just like how it's really weird that you need Dragon Slayer to use a green D'hide body, but not black or anything else. I always find that really odd.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised they
I
never
feel like
did
that's just an
anything about
oversight.
that.
But I mean, it'll still be used, obviously. Like, I don't know, just as because it wouldn't be degradable. So people who use Runeplate bodies that don't want to use barrows because of the upkeep cost, they would switch to this.
A torso is so easy to get though.
Yeah. Especially if you use BA services.
Go ahead and plug it.
Wow. Anyway, I personally am very happy that the plate body was removed. Because if I knew nothing about okay, never mind, I'm gonna stop there. If you told me that raids were gonna be as big as they were, like
Hey, raids are gonna be
raid,
big.
Yeah, like we're talking raids are fucking big. And if you told me that I was going to be given a dragon plate body and a dragon sword from a 100-person raid, I would laugh in your face.
Wait, did they get rid of the sword?
No, the
no,
sword's
I'm
still
gonna,
there.
Yeah, so that's why I was confused.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it in a second. But
okay.
They need something much, much, much bigger than a dragon plate body and a dragon sword, I suppose. But I'm very happy they removed it. And as far as the dragon sword goes, when they said in the dev blog that they had seen request after request for it to be added, my initial reaction was, "You got to be fucking kidding me!"
I feel like I remember
Because
seeing like one Reddit thread maybe.
No. Listen. Because that is unfortunately
They
these
said.
days, that's
I think they said countless requests for a dragon sword.
That's a little.
okay. Well, you get where I'm going with this, and well, like I said, if you're gonna give me like a tier 60 weapon from a 100-person raid, then you have to be fucking kidding me. So I am not supporting the dragon sword at all, and I think they definitely need to spend time to figure out what they can offer from raids, and they need to like justify with rewards the effort that you're putting in. So that's my rant.
I think the sword is fine to have as long as it isn't like too rare. Because there's gonna be not just bosses, there's gonna be like kind of normal monsters as well.
Yeah. Alright, so the Elder Armor is something that's going to be talking about. This is, here, let me put this in the chat here. So, this is Elder Armor for, see, it's got the melee and the range. The range one's called like Twisted, but alright. Take a look at this. The Elder Armor is best in slot defense. It's better than any barrows. It's best in slot strength bonus, and it's best in slot attack bonus. And the range shit has a range strength bonus increase. Pretty much everything is best in slot everything. And It's going to be costly to repair, so you know the shit degrades and you got to repair it over time. But Ronan said he doesn't anticipate players using it for anything outside of bossing. What do you think about how strong this gear is, and do you think people will use it for stuff outside of bossing like Slayer, perhaps?
I mean, it depends how much it costs. I mean, I think everybody uses it for Slayer if it's not, a mill an hour to use or something. I think everybody will use it for everything. Do we know how much
Yeah,
it's gonna cost?
Nah, no clue. No,
I
we don't
think
really
you
have any
can
information on it.
compare it to. I think you can compare it to the next armor in RuneScape 3 or pre-UC, and that was like 200k per hour to use, like higher if you're in multi-combat, and so like that's not too bad, but it would definitely be costly if you're gonna use it during Slayer. So like only if you use alts, good alts.
Yeah, I think it's one of those altscape versus not type things. If you have an alt and you can make good money on it, then go for it. Ronan's wrong if he thinks if he believes that nobody's gonna use it for things other than bossing. People will find a way.
Yeah, I think it's a little naive of him to say that. That armor is really fucking good. I'm surprised that it is as good as it is. You know, he said this armor should cost hundreds and hundreds of mil each, so look for this to maybe be more expensive than Third Age, perhaps. I don't know. It'll be interesting to
Is there like
see.
a +1 max hit difference? I don't know for sure. Or is it
Yeah,
more than that?
it has at least +1.
Yeah, it's +6 or +4 or +6 total more strength bonus. So I
Plus
think
four
it's most
strength and
definitely.
then plus 9 accuracy. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't primordial boots have like +1 on dragon and they're only 30 mil? They need to like jack up the stats if he wants it to be hundreds of mil because
People will pay it.
currently
People will
current
pay that kind of money, dude. It's
yeah.
Yeah, it's
really
more about the
fucking
rarity
good.
of it.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess rarity has a play in it, but you get what I mean, you know. So
It should cost a lot. Was there anyone that didn't have a chance to talk on this one?
Caleb?
Yeah, I think I forgot.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting.
Sorry. I think that it's honestly don't really have any opposition to this armor as long as it's really, really expensive and like hopefully stays that way. I like the idea of it being like over a bill for a set, like the way that
Holy
next
shit.
armors were like
We'll
way
see.
back in the day.
that's
I
not
think
gonna
that would be really
happen.
cool.
We'll see. It could be super rare.
Yeah, and I would be
That'd
opposed
be
to it if it
nice.
wasn't degradable, but since it is, I think that it's balanced. It should be like really elite, high level content that you wouldn't use for most things. Even if it's only a few 100k an hour to use, still most people wouldn't use it on Slayer tasks realistically. Maybe some like high ranked top page players with alts, but they're like the people like that are willing to spend that kind of money are a very, very small percentage of the player base. But I think it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, so obviously, I would pretty much say it's only people that are really rich that would even bother, but that certainly isn't no one. So I'm personally not going to use them, even if I can afford the armor themselves, for the upkeep because I'm cheap.
This armor is definitely going to be interesting, though, to see how people use it. Alright, so the next thing that was talked about was the Dragon Throwing Axe. Hold on, let me pull this up here. The Dragon Throwing Axe is guaranteed to, like, the special attack is guaranteed to, like, bind your enemy, I believe, right? Um, it's I don't know. What do you think about the Dragon Throwing Axe? Do you think that it's still kind of shit or what?
I think it's super viable. I think that's going to be strong as fuck for team PKing. It's an instant 100% freeze, so you don't have to barrage or anything. So you could even perhaps PK more on the standard spellbook for the TB.
I don't know. I don't really like this thing. It seems pretty useless to me. I just don't see it really being used too often, if ever. Kind of dead content that they're adding just to add.
Yeah, I don't know enough about PvP to know whether it'll be used or not. So I wonder though if it could be used for PvM. That could be interesting.
What do you think
I
you'd
wouldn't
be,
really
what do you
say so.
think one would possibly use it for?
I don't know. I mean, if you could freeze certain bosses in place, that might open up possibilities to different ways to kill them or something.
That is an interesting
Yeah,
thought.
basically what Randy said, like, it's just another one of those things they're adding just to add. Only place I really see it being viable would be like one defense range PKing. Like another whatever update, you know what I mean?
Wait, so did they change it to a root from the instant attack? It now roots people
Yeah,
and it
I
now freezes them.
believe so. Believe so, yeah.
Worded that did it before, and people used it a lot, didn't they? I forget what they were called, but back in like pre-DLC.
I don't know anything
Anybody
about that.
recall? I like them. I'm in favor of them. I
Oh
like
no,
it.
you're talking about the bolas. Oh, God,
We
Bolas,
don't have
that's it.
shit
bolas.
update.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Bolas,
what it
yeah.
makes me think of.
Yeah,
Do people
basically.
use those?
Oh, yeah.
People used them. Yeah, I remember them
It
used a
didn't require
lot.
a spec. It was just an item, like
Yeah.
ammo. So this is less strong than that, but it's still very notable. And yeah, someone in chat mentioned that it could be used a whole lot ragging as RCPK. So that would be even more of a problem.
That's true. People used to rag like shit with that thing.
Yeah, and that will happen even more.
Definitely.
Alright, so next up is the Forgotten Prayers. They've updated it. I don't really know what the hell they changed with it. Oh, they added the defense requirement onto Rigor and Augury. Alright, but what do you think about those prayers? They still seem kind of underwhelming. What would you change, if anything?
Yeah, I think they're all pretty useless besides obviously the rigor and augury, the range and magic versions of piety. Besides that, I think they're all pretty useless. Like, why would anybody want to drain their prayer instead of run energy? Like, what in what situation would that possibly be like useful? The rest of them are just
Yes.
kind of dumb. Like, I don't know, draining prayer instead of hit points from venom. It's just like, why?
Yeah, so they actually removed all the really bad ones. It's now only Rigor Augury and Berserk is what was in the other RS. I think it's like Preserve in this one. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so
Oh, like
it's
okay.
actually fine now. Yeah, all the other ones were pretty much useless. I wouldn't ever use them. I don't see why anyone else would use them. But
In this screenshot, they're still there.
is it an old one?
I don't know. Wait, let me
Because
open up
yeah,
the devlog.
yeah, in the latest dev blog, I believe they took them out. But yeah, I guess it is still a little bit underwhelming. Like, if you're gonna get prayers at all, maybe get a little bit more of them. Maybe some other ones, maybe niche that are still good.
I think
But
they're still on the devlog.
that's I swear they're not. But all right. And
Praise
then as
Rewards
for
3 still has them.
adding defense requirements, I'm perfectly okay with that. You know, it's consistent with piety, and I don't know if you're gonna need to have completed King's Ransom. Is that it? So if not, that's kind of weird. I like consistency.
I really still think the prayers are really shitty. I don't like the magic prayer at all. Advertised as the mage and range equivalent of piety. They should have added a magic damage increase onto the magic prayer. So that just still doesn't make any sense to me why it hasn't been changed.
Maybe like a 5% damage increase.
Man, even that would be fine. You know, they with the Elder Wand, with that being at 15%, I was kind of like, all right, that pretty much makes up for the magic prayer not having any damage bonus. But Now that they remove that, this prayer for magic is fucking awful. Doesn't really make much sense at all. And I really don't like all these other prayers that are included in it. I mean, maybe that's the preserve one isn't that bad, but
Depending on the prayer drain.
a lot of these prayers really don't make much sense. You know, I would have rather them not come out with all these bunch of shit prayers. I'd rather them not come out with it at all as opposed to add crap ones like this.
Yeah, I agree. I can't imagine anywhere you would want like Venom to drain prayer than HP. Or instead of HP, I mean, like, I feel like it's just filler content. Like, people wanted new prayers, so they're stuck with coming up with shit like this, and it passed a poll, so they have to do something with it. I don't know. I don't know what, on the other hand, you could come up with to like to make them better or anything, but you know, they added. Yeah, I guess they added the defense requirement. I don't know if it was originally required, but I think that's definitely a good move on their part.
Were you talking about in terms of adding new prayers? I think you said something about that. If you sent, but you didn't have an idea for it. What about it's like a damage reflect on a prayer?
A damage what?
A damage reflect on a prayer. Just throwing ideas out.
Nah.
Yeah.
RS3, and that's already where they've gone with like preserve prayer. Maybe I'm just a old school feel kind of guy. That's
Right,
future cool.
So that is probably the primary issue, is that people
Right.
just simply don't have enough ideas. So that's kind of like some of the first things they came up with, so they threw them out.
There was a thread on Reddit that had like a whole bunch of ideas for prayers, and some of them were pretty decent. I don't really remember any
Yeah, it
off the
might
top
be
of my head,
worth
but
looking into.
yeah.
Hopefully the mods have seen that then.
I don't know. I think it'd be fine if it was just rigor and augury. Like, that would be enough. I'm glad. I don't know whether they did get rid of the prayers. Some people are saying they are. They did. They're still on the dev blog, so it's kind of confusing. But if they did get rid of those, I'm happy because I thought that those, like the Venom, Poison Absorb, and the Prayer Run Energy thing were just really poor ideas. So if those are gone, I think that's for the best.
All right. Is there anything else that stands out to you that should be changed in the dev blog? You know, one thing that we didn't talk about was those Kodai robes. I think that those should have some kind of magic damage percentage increase. You know, that'd be nice. I'd like that. That'd be the only thing I'd change.
Hungry for that Slayer XP.
Once again,
influence.
Randy can't wait to start Slayer, can he?
Aw man, keep making it faster. Alright, so raids are November, and with raids coming out in November, that's 5 months behind schedule. You know, they said before, I even retweeted a tweet about it this last week, that they plan for it to be coming out in June. So, what do you think about them being 5 months behind schedule, and how far do you think Batch 3 for Zay is going to get pushed back?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if are they planning to do raids as part of Batch 3?
No, that's in the intermediate.
Yeah, this is Batch 2.
Batch 3
mean-
was originally going to be in like January/February.
Yeah, so if raids aren't coming out until November, then I'd be very, very surprised if that's on schedule.
Yeah,
So, probably another 5 month delay.
I'd almost think it'd be more than 5 months delayed.
Are you live?
Yeah, what do you think about raids being 5 months behind schedule, Spacealt?
I like how they put the development time in it, so I definitely don't want it to be, released too early. So, yeah.
I don't really care too much. I mean, I'm not really going to be doing raids, so it doesn't bother me. But I mean, I guess it's good for the rest of the community. Even though if they were looking forward to it, because it's better not to rush it. Take your time. did everything right. I'm just looking forward to batch 3, and I think probably for that to be realistic, to be in the spring, so like April.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that this is. All right, think about how much we complain, and when I say we, I'm talking about us, and I'm
You
talking
mean
about the
you?
player base as a whole. You know, like how much we complain about how rushed some of these updates are. Like,
LMS is ready.
think of how rushed some of these updates are, and they're still 5 months behind schedule while rushing what appears to be almost everything. That's crazy for them to be that far behind schedule. Um, I wouldn't expect Batch 3Z to come out until probably mid 2017 or some shit like that. Very, very far behind schedule. And
I guess it kind of just depends on exactly what they plan on putting in it, because the only thing I remember that would be
it's like a
in it for certain
coliseum
is
where it's like everyone's just gonna be
oh
fighting
yeah,
or some
I forgot
shit.
about that.
Some
I
kind
was
of
just thinking mainly
stupid PvP thing
the Inferno,
with the skilling
which went
boss.
no the Inferno basically like Jed 2.
Oh yeah, shit, that's
The
right.
city.
Yeah,
is
that was supposed to be
located-
January 2017.
Yeah,
too.
that's supposed to be in
Yeah.
January.
That's all I
I
was
don't
looking
fucking
forward
think
to.
we're gonna see
I don't
that.
care about anything else.
I don't think we're gonna
And
be
I
seeing
don't think
that.
that would take as long, because they originally, when they were asking about it before they pushed it to Zabash 3, it could have been just like an immediate thing. It would have only taken them like a month or two, and that's with no custom graphics. So that's, I assume that month or two is just the actual development of it. So that component necessarily have to be delayed so long.
So you, Randy?
Is it?
Or did you already?
I've already
Yeah.
played.
Okay.
I
Um,
talked.
As far as this goes, I am quite okay with them being behind schedule because, like I mentioned earlier, if Raids is going to be as big as and as complex
Raids are
as
gonna
they
be
say it's going to
big.
be, yeah. I can't tell if you're making a meme out of that or not, but anyway.
No.
But yeah, like if it's going to be that big, then they need to spend the time. And if they released it like what they say June, then there surely would have been shit wrong with it. Like LMS is ready. I'm totally fine with it. And as far as batch 3, I don't know. Just as long as they take their time and don't screw anything up, then I don't really care how long it's delayed for.
Rage is big.
Raids are gonna be
Yeah.
big.
Now it's gonna be a meme.
I think they just need to not release like schedules out publicly. Like they should never have said. No, for real.
They've,
for
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
They've mentioned
Abs-
that before.
They should never have just
Absolutely.
said like raids in June 2016. They shouldn't have ever said that. Like because then everyone has this sort of idea that's coming out at this time, and if they can't do it, it might not be their fault. So especially like a year in advance, almost a year in advance, because they announced it at RuneFest, which is in September or October, and they said
let me find
in
the tweet
June.
about it.
That's stupid. They should never have done that.
And then it's funny that say people complain when what is zooming in, and people complain when things are rushed, but at the same time, people complain that we get much content. Wait, that's the same. I thought I was going somewhere with that.
No, I know what you're saying.
All right, so let's move on to the Q&A, some of the things that they talked about recently. So they said eventually they will add a higher total level world. What kind of time frame would you expect for that? And what total level do you think it should be?
Well, they do it in increments of 250. Basically max. So, like a max, I don't know how to do that.
We're all fucking
It's-
lagging. All right, take it away.
Can't hear any of you guys.
No.
Definitely TS again, I think.
You sounded just fine there, so
All right, okay, it sounds
Yeah,
better.
now we're back.
Good.
we're
All
all
right,
Back.
Okay. Is it me now?
Podcast is ready.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
2250 would make sense. Just following the pattern.
I'd say that I'd rather see a max world than a
Jesus.
2250. That was a squeaky ass chair. Was that you, Spacealt?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Just fucking chilling like a villain. Look at him.
All right. So what do you guys think?
Red.
Oh, I think the next one should be like either 2250 or max. As far as timeline, who the hell knows?
Right, so in terms of consistency, yeah, it'd be 2250, but it depends on when exactly they plan on doing it. Because if it was like right now, I would just say max. But if they ever intend on releasing another skill, like ever, they should just make it 2250, definitely.
My turn.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, like 2200 or doesn't really matter, but maybe even max if there's gonna be like 1,000 max people sometime soon.
There might be by the end of the year.
Yeah, how many people max a
Probably.
month? Isn't it like 100? Not
What?
100.
I
Isn't it
mean,
like
we're over
isn't it like one or
500.
two a day?
We're over
It slowly
500
gets
people
faster.
maxed.
Is one or two people a day like max, don't they, at this
Yeah.
point?
How
Probably
many do
like
we have
50
right
a month
now?
or something.
I haven't looked. How many is it right now? I think it's like 600.
There's no way it's probably like 530 somewhere in that area.
I don't know, but regardless, so that's like between 3 and 400 so far this year. So it definitely won't get to 1,000. I would say like 800, 850.
All right. The next thing that was on the Q&A, we got to see two of the raid bosses. The like Dogadile, I think he called it, and
It's just a temporary name.
that's a terrible name. I don't care how. Man, all right. Let me put this in the chat here. What they looked like. So these are the two that they were working on stream. Uh, how do you think these two look?
Well, technically they showed off B. They showed off the Arceus Mage that they intended to show off before, but didn't. So that one's cool. The quote Dogadile, I love that one. That one's cool. Uh, I don't care as much for the one that Ghost was making, the lava one. But yeah, I'm getting hyped.
I don't really like how they don't have like character, I guess. So like bosses in old school are pretty nice, to be honest. Like a bit iconic, and these like they're gonna be like 11 bosses, and they just don't have a nice. Yeah, I don't know. It's
No,
not
I know
much
what I know
to.
what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of very generic, kind of like there isn't much to get
Yeah.
excited over.
Like even the
Yeah.
wilderness bosses, there's like a nice scorpion, a nice spider, and a fucking bear or something, and these are just weird.
I
Oh,
like
do
the
you
lava
mean
giant thing. I think it's cool.
you mean just
Yeah, it's
these
Not the
new
it's
ones?
cool,
Dogadile.
but
Dogodile's
Just
stupid
these
as
new
fuck.
ones, or in general? Like, there's also the beetle one and stuff like that. What do you think about that one?
but we already have a fucking bug.
Calfight Queen V2.
Yeah.
Aubrey, is it your turn?
Right. I think they look pretty good.
Seems good.
Yeah, that's about all.
That Dogadile, I think, looks absolutely terrible. Um, how is that supposed to be a boss? What am I supposed to be frightened of? It looks so unintimidating.
Yeah, I feel
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
For
It
like,
looks more suitable to a monster than a boss.
yeah, like this thing is a boss and it looks like shit. The other thing kind of looks like just like a dark transformed fire giant kind of. I don't know. It doesn't really. These things don't really look too good. I don't think. And this has been the first piece of art that I've seen West design that I thought was just complete shit.
I think the lava thing looks pretty decent.
My camera
I think
clear now? I think so. Alright, sorry.
Yeah. I think the lava thing looks
Yeah.
decent. I'd be interested to see what they do with that. As far as the fucking hippo or whatever the hell that thing is, it looks like shit. I mean, that's really all I have to say about it. It looks terrible.
Hippo?
Yeah, the other one.
Crocodile. Alright, so
Like stick some marbles in front of it and call it like Hungry Hippos or some bullshit.
hey, that was a pretty fun
just-
game to play back
It
in
was.
the day, man. That was
It looks terrible. Like, I mean, I don't know what the hell they were going.
It's fun
for
to play
from it.
IRL. Like with the laundry basket.
man, that was Hungry Hippos was a great. That was a top 10 game.
No skill involved. You just smash the thing.
Yeah, it is. Like, man, the more you fucking beat that shit, that was there's skill involved. There's skill involved in it, man. There's skill involved.
Somebody get that odd shot, please. We can never forgive Randy for that.
Make Hungry Hippos great again.
Yeah. All right. So next topic is the surge that they talked about. So surges are like the next tier in the normal spell book above waves. And apparently, like with some stuff that's coming out with, so like with the occult and all like added bonuses, and like this pyromancer shit, I don't know. Apparently, they said you'd be able to be hitting like 42s with like fire surge or something like that. But it was straw pulled and it got 81%, and they said expected on a pull sometime soon. What do you guys think about surges, and is this something that you would support?
I'm in favor of like hard hitting magic spells, but like ever since they added the trident, I think they kind of lost design space for magic because the trident's so much faster than everything. So it's never gonna have more DPS unless you have like a faster spell. So I think, I mean, it's kind of cool that you can hit really high, but I don't think it's gonna be used for anything.
No. I think it's a terrible update. Continue.
I can't think of anywhere that it would really, like, even with that max hit, it's still like it's a 5-tick spell because all normal spells are 5 ticks. Even if you can hit fucking like 60s, it would still be worse DPS than a whip. So I don't know. I guess sure, but I don't know if it'll be used even then. It'll be expensive to cast.
You need to stop looking at Twitter in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, it'll be just as expensive as Flames of Samarok, and that has a higher max hit without the Pyromancer thing. So, and the Pyromancer thing. I
Zami
think
hits
is gonna
over
be,
40.
No, that's
Yeah.
30. But
Probably
like
could by
base
now.
hit
You're
30,
forgetting the tome,
base hit Fire Surge be 25 or
the
something,
fire tome.
or 24.
The tome works on Flames of Zami.
What? No, I'm talking about for the surge, for the fire surge.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. I think I said pyromancer shit instead.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know what you meant. But anyway, so I'm for it. Sounds good. Gives more late game contents, and also it gives more legitimacy to the standard spellbook.
Apparently
you
Tome
can use
didn't
this and
pass.
Entangle and TB. Wait, what?
Apparently the tome did
What did-
not pass.
Oh yeah, then
Yeah.
Fire
Oh,
Surge is
yeah.
definitely not going to be better than
so-
Flames
so-
of Samarok.
Up.
Hmm.
Got contradicting reports that maybe it did. I
Go
don't.
check out the.
Does anyone have a
site.
fucking clue?
Hold on, I'll go check it out.
I was looking forward to imbuing with the Mudstaff in
Professionalism.
that book.
The book or
Imbuing
not?
with what?
Book or not? It's good to
Mudstaff
have
and the
higher
Tire
level
Fire.
It
content.
or whatever.
passed. It
Oh.
passed. It passed.
Okay. Well, okay. So especially with that, it's worth having. It's very good. Thank you.
That was a close poll, I guess.
Alright, this is gonna be really huge, I think, for normal spellbook PKing. You're hitting really. Alright, is Ancient Magics, does that attack on a 4-tick cycle?
No, that's 5 as well.
Really? So it'd be the same. So it'd be same speed as
Yep.
That
Same speed,
sounds
about the same damage, and you can TB.
yeah, that sounds really fucking powerful for PKing. I think like I gotta hurry up and get my hunter done before that comes out, cause holy shit, that's that's gonna be huge. It's gonna be big for the normal spell book. Um, I guess I don't
Gonna be
really have much of an
huge.
opinion on it though, as to where if I care if it passes or not. It's not going to have any real effect on me, but that will really change the dynamics of PKing quite a bit. All right, so also on one of the Q&As they talked about Kieran said that they have 2 quests possibly planned for next year. Do you think that will ever come to fruition? And what would you like to see from 2 new quests?
Oh, sorry. I don't know. Nothing.
Nice.
I'd like to see them continue on with other quest series, like continue the story, because like I really like Monkey Madness 2. I thought it was actually really well done. They're probably going to do um, what's that desert city called? The one that's not available to go in yet.
Menaphos.
Menaphos. Yeah, they're probably going to open that up. I'm sure that's going to be like one of their plans. I like to see that kind of stuff because they did really well with Monkey Madness 2. I like to see Menaphos opened and maybe Desert Treasure continued, something like that. That'd be cool.
Is the storyline open for Desert Treasure for there to be more to it?
Yeah, in pre-AOC and onwards, they continued with it. That's how you got the curses, the prayers.
Okay, yeah, because they did talk about Desert Treasure 2 a bit. Um, I don't really feel like they can come out with like a low or mid-tiered quest. I feel like the way the game is, they can only add in quests that bring out a new best in slot item or access to a new great area or something like that. And I said this before, they can't really add like a cook's assistant type quest or something like that. If they add something, it has to be big. It has to have good rewards just because what's the point in really adding it? Many would say, what is that? Land of the Goblins, I think. Is that the name of it? It's talked about as being a quest. Apparently, that doesn't have shit for rewards. That doesn't really strike me
I
as a.
don't remember.
I don't know. I just don't think that they'll add in a quest that doesn't have good rewards.
There's also, I think it was Path of Gluffery.
I think they would pass a poll, like for sure, if they pulled it though. Those quests.
The
Yeah.
Gluffer one would give warp tortoises, which is a shit task, so I'd vote no to it.
Is it on me?
What? No.
Um,
Did you have any other input? Go.
Yeah. I I would like to see Menaphos opened up. That would be really cool. I wouldn't mind seeing like lower level or mid level quests to kind of like. I guess yeah, it'd be cool. Like flesh out the mid level stuff if they could think of good ideas for rewards. I definitely do want to see more quests in general because I would argue that Monkey Madness 2 is the best piece of like sizable content they've ever released in old school. It didn't really have any notable flaws. It didn't feel rushed at all, and it was just a good quest. So I think they should pursue more quests.
Yeah,
Can I-
I'm all up for more quests. I love them. It went down really well in the community, Monkey Madness 2. So they definitely could. Mid-level stuff would be nice as well, because Monkey Madness 2 kind of contributed to crafting being more expensive. But they could also, yeah, definitely just do some small things, like just for lore, instead of having to read a book, like, on Zaya. Just get the lore from a quest.
What do you think about Nomad's Requiem?
I didn't do it, so I couldn't really say.
That
Like
was a fun quest.
that boss was like really hard, and
Yeah.
and that was synced with Chaotix, so it's gonna be even harder probably. And the reward was decent. Like
I don't think they're
people
ever gonna
actually use
like,
that cape.
I don't think they're ever going to try to recreate quests that they don't have
Oh yeah,
archived,
no,
though.
they're definitely not going to be aiming to just flush out old quests. I mean, if people want them, maybe, but they've definitely gone down the road of doing their own unique stuff instead of just repeating.
Yeah, I think they're on the right track with quests as far as new content goes. Monkey Madness 2 is absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And as far as stuff I would like to see, one of my favorite quest lines back in the day was the Ritual of the Moderat. I forget what that new quest was called, but if they, I don't know how they feel about like creating new content for old school by extending a storyline that's different from what they have in RS3.
Yeah, no, I don't think they want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome as far as like a quest line to extend, but I guess like everybody else has said, like Menaphos, Desert Treasure, that'd be really cool too. But they're definitely on the right track as far as that goes.
Alright, so they also displayed the skilling pets, the the farming, rune crafting, agility, and thieving. So, what did you guys think about how those pets looked? And do any of them look so good that you're gonna drop what you're doing to get that pet?
Runecrafting, I really don't like how it looks. Looks kind of dopey to me. Thieving, love the raccoon. If I wasn't already going to before, I'm definitely, after I'm done with Hunter, to switch to Thieving, because I want that. That's nice. Farming, and it looks okay, but whatever. I'm kind of upset, though, about... I don't know if it's still planned, but initially it was planned to only come from trees. I think I've seen them discuss that they might switch it to you can get it from anything. That would be very good, because, it's made magics go up a lot. I don't like that. Agility, I like that. It's pretty cute. It's good.
I would definitely say that the thieving pet is the best looking one, though unfortunately it's probably going to be the easiest one to get because they usually balance skill
Yeah.
pets by XP rather than time, and thieving is a fast skill. But it looks really good. I really don't like the rune crafting pet. I think they should kind of just like start over. I don't really have a particular suggestion of how to make that one better. I just think it's really
A
bland and doesn't look good.
nature rune on a stick, or not
On a string?
on a string, just pulling it around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean shit on a stick.
Brady,
too. What?
did you find the new runecrafting pet image that I linked you to earlier? The red one?
Yeah. I mean that's just based on what altar you
Okay.
get it
Oh,
off
yeah, that's
of.
right.
I think if anything, it should be like a new small abyssal creature.
Yeah, I think one of
It would
those.
just like a
looks
basic
better.
rune guardian, like the ones in Mage Training Arena. I think it would be pretty cool.
They're really like fat, and their head is phallic.
I didn't realize that.
It looks like a glans.
I think
I like the
that
agility pet though. I'm looking forward to getting that one. And farming pet looks alright. I really hope that they make it so it's not just trees though.
that farming one is ugly as fuck, dude. The farming one, that tree-looking shit, motherfucker. It has a beard. Why does it have a beard? That just doesn't make any sense.
Well, to be fair, moss giants do. It's an ant, kind of.
I don't like it. The farming one looks dumb.
I'd rather it be like an aphid.
The squirrel looks alright. I don't like that it's a squirrel. Only because I know damn well the only reason why it's being added as a squirrel is because Maz likes
Maz?
squirrels. That's
Yeah.
the only reason why it's being added. I would much rather it be Grace
Yeah.
the dog. I would have
Yeah, I like the squirrel better.
Nah, fuck off. I like the we
We already
need
have
more.
a dog.
I was about to say that. We already have
We
a dog.
do you know how
We
many
have two
fucking
dogs.
do you know how many fucking cats we have though? Gotta get some more
Most of them are
dogs.
just like recolored
It's
cat.
the same
like
thing.
with
It's
the
just
same breed,
colors.
though.
We have the bloodhound and we have hell puppy.
Yeah, I don't know. I find dog pets in game like really boring.
Hey, I just got Hell Puppy yesterday. Don't talk shit.
What about a nice ironic turtle?
What?
Nah.
Anyway, you still got more, Andy?
Nah, that's all I can think of.
All right. For me, I think runecrafting really lacks substance and like originality. I mean, it's a friggin' Rune Guardian. They could definitely go somewhere else with that. Thieving. Let me take a look. Everything
Thieving's.
unprepared.
I think the raccoon looks kind of cool.
It's a raccoon. Yeah, I love the raccoon.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
its
yeah.
walk
I think-
animations are really good too.
Didn't it used to be like super obese?
I think the raccoon looks really cool.
I love the obese one.
I didn't see that one.
No,
But
it was from a long time ago.
Farming, I think, looks kind of weird, but contrary to most of you, I think the agility pet looks really good.
Yeah,
Even though
it
it
was
may have
okay.
been influenced by Maz.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I like the pets. Well, not rune crafting, but yeah, the others are alright. And I might do thieving for the pets if I like burnout or something. Like AFK Knights, because it's easy.
I like Kamal. I don't really like the runecrafting one very much, though. I think it's very boring. But I'm gonna do thieving and farming, most likely. And I just hope for farming they do everything in farming, not just trees. I saw that post and I was really upset about it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I'm stocking
So
up right
hopefully
now.
yeah.
Has anyone seen the RS3 scaling pets? I retweeted it a few days ago.
yeah.
There's a lot that look pretty good. Although
Some of them are good, and some of them are like really
yeah, some of
bad.
them are pretty much just reskins of each other, the little golems, like the smithing one. But there's some that I really like the invention
And there's
one.
Bulbasaur for Herblore.
Yeah, but I really like the invention one.
I haven't even seen the new ones, but
All right.
The fletching one is literally a floating feather.
Yeah, that one was pretty dumb.
Are you serious?
about what you expect
Yeah.
from RS3 these days, though, isn't it?
All right. Let's move on.
They have sunglasses in RS3.
I guess I'll link it in the Twitch chat.
So
Alright, just resume.
Morb here actually tweeted the mods and was. All right, so here's an image. He said, can we get an ETA on delay for removing the authenticator? And they said that it's something that they're actually looking into. Jagex support did. How high of a priority do you think that this should be for them? Spacealt.
I like it gets people hacked, so yeah. This would probably prevent it.
But yeah, this for me, I think it should be their top priority. Their customer service is ass, and they know it. And doing something like this would really improve their customer service. So this needs to be priority number one.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be way up there. And for the longest time, they said, post your suggestions on forums like it hasn't been tweeted to them 1,000 times already. So when I got that tweet, my response was, well, it's about fucking time. So I'm glad it's being discussed, and I hope to see it being changed or in the works. So
Yeah, like the fact that most people who most high-profile accounts that get hacked are because of the account recovery system and of how easy it is to immediately take over an account. And there's no time period on it or anything. Pretty ridiculous, and they definitely need to address it and solve the problem. And I think removing or adding a delay to an authenticator being removed is a step in that direction.
And Matt K's response, I think he tweeted at somebody saying well, what if somebody enables the authenticator? And he knows straight up and down that would very rarely happen.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think he was just trying to justify why it's taking so long, but he knows for sure why we're making such a big deal about it.
Yeah, that actually is interesting. What if you don't have authenticator, you get hacked, and your hacker puts the authenticator on your account with their stuff?
They should force you to put an
Well, you
authenticator
should have
on
had
your account.
authenticator.
And switch your email too.
They should make you have to have the
Like
authenticator.
in terms of the
Don't they
yeah
already for the security stronghold?
yeah
Alright, so what do you think about them lumping in an activity timer to the fishing trawler?
I think it was pretty necessary, but it's really fucking annoying to be honest. I hate it.
Have you done any fishing trawler with that update in?
Yeah, I wanted to do it because they added it for Iron Man too, so it was like really, really popular. So like the boats were really full, so I went to go get my angler, and it was just really annoying. But it's necessary, so it's good.
Alright, Spacealt.
Base.
Stop sipping that soda.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. It was broken for a while at the beginning. Like some people just didn't get the activity timer up, and I don't care for it. That was it.
yeah. Are you good? Okay. I saw a Reddit thread from somebody who had actually done a decent amount of fishing trawler and saying that it would basically made the game really really broken and unplayable. I haven't played it, but apparently it makes like you up the activity timer only when you're repairing holes, I think. So like bailing and repairing the net and stuff doesn't get you activity points, and it seems like it just was designed poorly, and it makes the game more difficult to play. And also, if there's a lot of people on the boat, not everybody can participate because there's only so many things that can be done. I just think it's a stupid idea. I mean, fishing trawler's a shit minigame. It doesn't really have any depth to it. Making it so Iron Man can do it, I think, is a good idea, but trying to revive it by forcing people to play, I don't think is the right way to do it. If they really want to revive the minigame, they should actually like get better in terms of content, how you actually play it.
I mean, shit, I got my anglers the day it came out. Haven't been back since, and I AFK'd all of it, so
Yeah, those are the days.
kind of one of those, like, yeah, oh well.
Yeah, I already had mine, so I haven't been there to actually see what it's like, but I'm hoping that it's not like so popular to the point that people literally can't do anything like it was back in the day when they first released the outfit, so that they can't get their activity bar up and they get kicked. So that'd be interesting, but both things were good on their own, you know, allowing Iron Man, and I guess the activity timers, I'm not like way too opposed to that, but I think it was very weird to have them lumped together. Like, if anything, I would have preferred that for Iron Man that they just do it on their own, just like an instanced one.
Alright, so the Slayer Cape perk will now work if the cape is in your inventory. How did something like this get added, you know? So pretty much for this, when you're slaying, if you get a task that is like a skip task, you have to drop your cape and get reassigned another task. It's pretty shitty. What do you think about this?
I want to know like why they thought this was important at all. Like, who asked for this? And like, it's just annoying. Like, it's literally just an annoyance. I don't know what the point is.
I mean, it really doesn't make any sense at all. You have to. It's gonna be so shitty. Like, you're gonna have to have like a fucking script for AHK to drop your damn cape so you can not be reassigned a shit skip task like that. To me, that's very silly. Doesn't make much sense whatsoever. I hope that that's something that they change because
I think you can decline to take the
That's what I
extra
thought.
task.
really.
Can you just not say no?
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
Can you? I
press the
usually just click
question.
away and then redo it.
I haven't done Slayer since the perks anyway, so.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I mean, oh wait, no, sorry.
Marisar
Are
said
we
that
skipping that?
you can just click off and back and it's all good. So maybe we
Did he just delete it?
what?
Where'd it go?
Just delete the question, Randy.
I didn't touch shit. I don't know what you guys
Someone
are
did.
doing.
Somebody deleted it.
Oh.
I did.
Alright,
Why?
can you put it back? Alright, whatever.
Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, I've been doing Slayer like I don't know, past a week or so, and yeah, you can just hit no, because it says, "Oh, I see you're a very skilled Slayer. Do you want to be assigned your last task?" And if you say no, then you can just be assigned a different one. So it's kind of a weird update. Like, where did it come from? But just say no.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it just slid in there, but I guess it's fine. Doesn't really do anything. It just saves you from equipping it. It's, I guess, a convenience, but something that they still need to add is so that the max/prayer cape, if it's in your inventory, works as a holy wrench. That would
Yeah,
be,
that's what they should have done.
Yeah.
Like, this shit's
yeah,
useless.
that would be very nice.
I know that was talked about on a Q&A one
Yeah,
time,
it
and
was. But they just didn't understand it. I think Rock
no.
kind
Like,
of understood it, but no one else
Kieran knew what the
understood it.
point of it was. The other
Or,
people
sorry,
didn't
Kieran.
understand, and Kieran was like, "Okay, I
Yeah.
can see why people would want that." But we haven't
Yeah.
heard that since he said, "Okay, that'd be a nice update." Oh well. All right. So next one is, so they said that the Australian servers were going to be released early August. Here we are at the ass end of August. They're still not out, and they have no timetable for when it's going to be released, and that it's going to be a long time. I bet someone some money that they wouldn't be out before September, and easy money for me. But what do you think about them being delayed with that? Are you surprised that the Australian servers are going to be late?
I'm not surprised in the slightest. I mean, their excuse is that it's not their fault. Like, they're just waiting for the people over in Australia to do whatever. I don't know if we can blame them or not, but yeah, I'm not surprised.
Not really surprised at all. They've probably seen it as not a high priority as many of the community thinks it should be, and that's probably why it's taken so long. But on the other hand, I don't think they can just snap their fingers. They're probably waiting on people to figure some part out of it at least.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're even doing it because they didn't seem to give a fuck for a long time. So yeah.
I mean, I was very surprised when they announced that they were coming out with it as well. Even more so surprised when they said it was like 3 months ago. They said, we plan on having them out in about 2 to 3 months. And then the next thing we heard was early August. I think I've said on a podcast I'd be surprised if they even get them out before 2017. And I'm just gonna stick to that. They're working on it. I mean, I wonder what the problems that they're running into are that they're not able to get this released in a timely manner. But no, I'm not surprised at
It
all.
goes back to what I said earlier. Like, they just shouldn't give people time frames and due dates on stuff, because I mean, why did they even say that in the first place? Like, hey, this is going to come out at this time. Like, why'd they even do that? Especially with servers, that's like a long process that most of it probably isn't even in their hands. So they probably shouldn't have given us a due date on that. I'm glad they're doing it though. I'm happy for that. But
Yeah, I was about to say that. Just like, don't give time frames. I mean, if you want, you can say like, we are looking into this, because they don't have to poll it, so they don't really need to tell us anything about it until it actually arrives. But yeah, I guess I'm one of the only people that is kind of surprised that this is the case, because yeah, it's not really anything on their end. They want it, whether or not it's a super massive priority or not, doesn't matter. They want it, and it's not their fault that they're not coming right now.
All right, so moving on. All right, so what skill would you most like to see have an update to?
Well, the no repair pouches from room crafting, that was alright, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I would
I
also
don't-
like to see a new skill like dungeoneering. That would be nice.
Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot. I'd have to look through everything and think, but I guess yeah, that is something that I would love. Although yeah, I would love it because it's super good. The no degrading pouches, but I guess yeah, in terms of new skills, if any, yeah, I love gentle tractors sailing. I'll link that in chat.
I think it would be nice if they added in a new agility course. Make that fucker like 100k an hour.
Oh god, please no.
Yeah, I mean, don't make it as mindless as Artie, but uh, I'm still shocked that they really have not come out with anything that has had a significant increase on agility XP per hour yet in 3.5
I'd say
years.
rooftops were enough agility
Yeah,
content to
rooftops
last
are
for quite a
fine.
while.
Yeah, agility isn't something that people are excited about, so it's fine.
I wouldn't really mind if, like a while ago, I don't even know if it was supposed to be taken seriously or not, but the proposed agility cape perk of 100% success rate on all agility obstacles,
Oh
which
yeah,
would
that was
mainly just
retarded.
increase the XP per hour of Brimhaven and Dorg. It wouldn't affect Artie at all, of course. I would support that just because I think that those courses deserve to be a lot better than Artie, and right now they're only a little bit better than Artie. Uh, I don't really care if agility gets faster by a little bit, maybe up to like 70k or something at Brimhaven, maybe a little over 70k.
Oh,
Maybe some people wouldn't like that, but I would support that.
I guess there is an update that I just thought could be nice. Would be for agility, allowing negative weight to actually mean something.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so your run would deplete even slower.
That would be a nice little quality of life. I do actually, I remember seeing this before in the Q&A, but I didn't note it down, as John's saying there. So Kieran was talking about adding a new course, like a castle
Yeah,
dragon
like
course.
95.
Best XP per
That'd be
hour
real
with no marks
interesting.
of grace. What kind of XP per hour do you think that'd be at?
I don't know,
I
but
would,
fuck it.
I would guess like 70. Real? No, not 70. I don't know.
I think it'd have to be at least
75 or
75.
80.
Yeah, I think it would be at
No,
least
because like
75.
Artie is 90, so it's kind of weird to get so much better in terms of percent with that low difference.
If they
It's
did
like-
that, I definitely think it should be like
Right, because
higher up there.
what's the rough XP per hour on Relica? Like 58?
No,
I
I
have
think lower than
no
that.
clue.
I think it's about 58. But let's just say it's 58. That would mean a 4K difference. So like 66K for Draken would be good.
Yeah, I guess if it was that, I would still do Brimhaven. But yeah, I would be pissed if they made a new course that was like 70k, because they should just make the existing courses that are great better, like Dorg and Brimhaven.
make door great again.
I feel like they'd have to make it have a lot of speed rewards, but you'd be able to fail. Especially if I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be a weird interaction, if you couldn't fail obstacles with the agility cape perk. So they'd have to just lower it to like 66, yeah. Consistent.
Yeah, I think that it would be nice if the new course that they did add would be something like 75k an hour. I don't think they would add something in that would be anything less than that. That really would seem odd to me if they did that. All right, but moving on though, so every Q&A we got a OS Buddy Pro code giveaway, and the winner for this podcast is Yakori. Please,
Best anime.
please get in contact with me, and I will give you the 3 months of Pro. And keyword to comment on this podcast is hashtag make Elder Wand OP again. All right, so getting on with getting on with the questions
Oh,
here.
please.
Hang on.
Why'd you do that?
Why are we deleting shit?
Yeah, put it back.
Because that shit sucks. Do you want to answer it? I'll fine.
Nah,
Do you want them both?
whatever, it's
One
fine.
of them?
I was just gonna say, like, in terms of priority, skills are okay, but minigames I don't care about. Quests I want.
All right. Yeah. I guess the
So
question
yes,
then
the
is
answer
for
is
this
yes.
one, would you rather see mini games and quest updates rather than new skills? Abra's got his answer in there.
I definitely say yes.
I'd agree. I don't think a new skill is necessary for a while. I know a lot of people are maxing nowadays, but I think we can wait like another year before a new skill becomes necessary. I think
Yeah.
mini games and quests should actually be the priority over a new skill for sure.
Yeah, I'd very much like to see some revival of existing minigames, maybe add some new ones as well. Quest definitely. So yeah, I would say yes to this question. I'd rather see those than new skills.
Yeah. Oh, nice voice crack. Yeah, the focus needs to be on that. I mean, like we said, they've already gone in the right direction as far as Quest is concerned. As far as new skills, I'm not really a fan of them, and the shit we've seen from them in the past has not been good enough, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, and as far as mini games go, that would be nice to like rejuvenate some of them, kind of like they did the Wilderness. But I don't think they need to add anything new before making old ones better.
I would agree, I guess.
I would like a new skill. Engineering, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want them to make like a new skill from scratch. I would just want engineering.
All right.
You mean so that's a mini game, right?
No skill.
Hey, don't talk shit on engineering.
It's a mini game.
And so this is a interesting question I thought is where do you think that RuneScape and Jagex would be had they not released Old School? Like think of how many players it brought back and everything like that, all the money that they've made off of it. Where do you think the game would be as a whole without Old School?
RuneScape was stagnating and just losing players, so it was amazing for just the life and keeping them afloat.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd still be playing. I probably would be realistically, but I would not be a happy RuneScape 3 player, I don't think, with the way that game has gone. So
Yeah, I didn't play
yeah,
it for a few years before Old School.
even though Old School doesn't have the level of microtransactions and all that to bring in as
Down
much
again.
revenue, still is huge for the company, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's a vital part of the company as a whole, and I don't know. I feel like you said I wouldn't be a very happy RS3 player. That's for damn sure. If I was even playing at all.
Does old school actually have majority now? Like by how
Oh,
much?
Yeah, it has.
quite a bit. Like we usually like during peak hours we have about 15K more players online than they do. You know, like we'll have like
I think
50
the
to
streams
That
50.
is
Really?
We'll
that
have
Wow.
is
like 50 to
unbelievable. It's
From my
55K to like
knowledge,
their
there's only like
40K.
but yeah, I wouldn't doubt it though.
Is the stream still up?
It's down for me.
Hey, I'm still recording though, so it's all
Oh
good.
no.
Alright, I'll just answer then.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think RuneScape would be in a good place at all right now without old school. I think old school kind of revived the game completely. I mean, I don't think it's any secret. And I think RS3 is kind of like, I don't know. I hate to just like talk shit about RS3 because I don't play it, but like it's been downhill. I think for like a long time, and old school's got all this like crazy stuff and like all these just. It's always been on an incline somehow, even though it's like it's the old game. That's like it's the old version of the game, and it's like so like ancient, especially in 2016, and like it's always on an incline and people playing it and just the content and everything. So I think without
People
old
come
school,
for the nostalgia.
yeah,
Very
without
well,
old school, Jagex would
strong.
kind of be in a bad place.
Absolutely, I agree. Old school was not supposed to be the more popular game. Imagine this is what Side Boob said. Imagine what the RuneScape Twitch section would look like without old school. Like the game would look like it'd be in a pitiful state, and I don't think they could have fathomed or even began to their wildest dreams. They never could have seen old school being this wildly successful before. So
Yeah, and they started old school with like 3 developers. Like 3 people made old school at the beginning. So it's just crazy that this tiny team compared to like RS3's like big team with all this like very modern technology and like graphics and just a very modern game. And our old game is like beating them out with like 12 employees.
hmm
Yeah, so to
The
kind of
way
go back to what Kayla was saying about like microtransactions. So looking at the business side, I don't know if old school itself is that good for them in terms of the business side, but it's definitely good in terms of what Randy said is like all the free advertising they get so much. Twitch is so good for that.
they get so much money off of membership costs. Just because we don't have microtransactions doesn't mean they still make a whole bunch of money because of membership.
I don't know, but either way,
I was going to say the reason that old school is so successful is because this is the game that people are used to playing. Like when EOC and RS3 came about, it changed the look of the game. And when everybody saw that old school was coming out, they were like, "Well, yeah, that's the game I've been used to playing for so many years now." And so that's why it's so successful.
yeah, any
Yeah, I feel
growth
like-
or just player base is going to kind of stagnate over time, but this brings back tons of people. Like, hey, I used to play that back in the day, all the nostalgia.
Yeah, I feel like RS3 at this point has a very different vibe too. Like the graphics style, a lot of the cosmetic items and stuff are things you'd never see in old school. Like a lot more kind of flashy, kind of zany and silly. Some of the things that old school doesn't have so much. Old school's a little bit more like serious, I guess.
It's
I don't know.
much more comfy.
I think it's more true to itself. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and it's more in line with the kind of like medieval-ish feel.
Hey, we need more castles. Good.
Castle Draken Rejuvenation.
Yeah, Castle Draken fucking thing. All right, Olympics are going on right now. Any of you guys watch any of that shit at all? If so, what's been your favorite thing to watch in it?
I've watched very little. I still follow along with the news, but I'm sitting up here in my room slaving away, so I don't really watch TV.
Yeah, I haven't actually watched any of it at all, so no contribution.
I've watched a little bit, and so pretty much some of it that I've watched that I've enjoyed was swimming and beach volleyball. Those were really nice.
How's swimming? Like, nice to watch.
I don't know. I enjoy swimming, so it's nice to watch. I know the effort
Weird.
that goes into it. And also, it's nice that like when they're swimming, there will be the world record line that will be on screen and it'll move past, so you kind of get hyped like, ooh, is someone gonna set a new world record?
Hmm.
I've watched.
I've also kind of followed swimming a little bit, just because one of them is like from my hometown.
Oh, good shit. I've watched just a small little bit about the men's basketball. I mean, I think they're playing
Soccer.
right now too,
Yeah, they're on right now.
but for the most part, that shit
Or
hasn't
at
really
least they were
been.
like an hour ago.
It hasn't really been too entertaining just because of the lack of talent from other teams, and given that like 7 or 8 people that could have been on the team just said fuck it and didn't even want to play for it, so they don't have the best guys out there playing, but still have watched a little bit of them. But I think the Olympics are pretty dull as a whole otherwise.
Oh wait, is this still not live?
It says it's up and on for me, so I don't know
People
how
are
to.
Especially
I
not blind
don't.
for me.
We've got one question left, and I don't know how to change it because it says that it's on and live for me.
Restart.
Yeah, may as well just finish it.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's still recorded.
All right, so what have you guys been up to? What have you guys been training during the podcast?
I've been AFKing Darok, Nightmare Zone on my main, and Been prayer flick ranging Ankus on my free-to-play ultimate. It's been lots of fun. Almost 99.
I've been doing Zora and Master Clues.
Hunter.
Oh, sorry. Hunter should be done before November, even with having less free time with starting job.
I'm also hunting, slowly getting there. 182 mil. Maybe I'll get it one day.
I'm just at Nightmare Zone. I can't multitask and actually do something while doing the podcast.
Oh, I fucking just lost my last herb.
Well, rip. Alright,
Yeah.
so that's gonna do it for this Hexis podcast. The next Hexis podcast will be. I'm busy as shit that weekend. Maybe somewhere around September 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. I don't know. Pay attention to my Twitter at Randalicious RS for updates on what's going to be going on with that. Follow the clan Twitter account at Hexis. But I don't know the exact date when that next podcast is going to be, but that's going to do it. And see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Peace.